are allowed,
30
right?
minutes, which is fine. 30, 45
it.
minutes, and then that's.
So you're Mr. Zincit?
So we can go ahead and start. If Jay
Yeah.
calls in, then he'll call in, and he'll be your attorney, which seems like an ancillary role for the most part anyway. It gets
Right.
a 5% cut, right?
Right.
And that's it. So I am.
So do I refer to you as Mr. Zincit?
I'm Vic. I mean, I
You're
represent
Vic,
Zincit.
Mr. Vic.
I'm Vic, and I guess I'll call you Eli. Is that okay?
Of course.
Eli.
Of course.
So
Hey,
congratulations.
thank you.
$20 million.
Thank you.
I heard you had a cash offer from Tums, from Zums. I mean, I'm sorry. From
Zums, yes.
Zums. I think
Yes.
you're gonna beat Tums. You know, it seems like a better product actually. I like Tums, but I think I like Zums more, and I like it so much that we want to buy it. So they offered you $20 million, a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
we have a lot of cash. I know you want to make this FDA approved. Don't want to go herbal route. Herbs are all. It's not regulated.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real medicine. You're
Right.
not
Right.
not a great, not the best way to go. So I think you made the right choice by
Great.
coming here. I think we can all make some more money, and we can try the FDA though. I mean, I don't think it's going to get through.
Great.
I mean, it's hard. We've tried. We tried hundreds of drugs. 5-10% of the time they get through. It's tough. Although you have a great product.
What is your company's? What other drugs have you tried?
We have tried recently a cholesterol med, erectile dysfunction meds, blood pressure meds. We tried just a wide variety.
So you've tried.
They generally don't get through. The sleeping we recently was melatonin for. There was a great new product to help you sleep. I don't know how leave this thing. Is it timeout? I don't know.
If just use the phone.
We can, but we'll see. Is it still? It seems like it may still be recording even
Okay.
with off. I think it is actually recording with it off.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then you know what? We'll.
Got it.
Why don't I do the voice just as a backup? We'll do a voice. Voice recording.
So you were saying, Vic, your company has. So first of all, I just have to say I'm privileged to be in this position.
Great, yeah.
I'm privileged at the opportunity of having participated at the grassroots level in inception of a product, which I do believe is safe, it's effective, and it'll impact on a huge chunk of the population.
Yeah.
So I'm privileged at this opportunity to be here. I'm thrilled that there is a competitive option on the table for me.
Yes.
Right? But as you had mentioned, as a physician with my background, I really believe stringency of FDA involvement is what will be the stamp of approval would be reassuring for me as a clinician, as an investigator, and I do believe eventually will translate into improved healthcare and utilization by the people. So hence my prioritization of FDA approval, sort of going the route of involving FDA in this. So with that on the table, I would love to get a little bit of a sense of the 10% probability, because again, I've been, as a practitioner, as a technician, and having explored the market myself, I do believe you're right, putting a number that 10% of the drugs make it through, but then the drugs that you talked about they have a lot of competition, they have generics out there. So coming up with yet another cholesterol lowering agent, chances are it was compared to placebo, nothing else. So convincing FDA with what you have experienced before, and hence you're putting a 10% probability of approval, in my humble opinion, based on my evaluation of the market and the FDA, I'm really projecting 60%, if not more, likelihood.
I think that's great. We want it. We're going to make a ton of money, right? You're going to make a ton of money. We can make a ton of money if this goes through. And I hope you're right. I understand why you view it that way. It's your product. It's great. I mean, I think Tums is generic. It's cheap. This is, obviously a different drug, but I wish it was 100%. We both. It's in both of our interests that this goes through. I'm just being honest with you as far as we differ in that area, and that's okay. So the Zums had offered you 20 million. We need to make you more money. I see that, right? We both want this to get through. You need to make sure that you're obviously in a great position, and we both want to make money. We have to make money as well. It costs about $10 million just to go through the FDA process, and it's $10 million where it's going to very likely fail. In my estimation, your estimation, a little more likely than not, it's going to get through, and that's fine. Again, not saying we don't want it to. We're going to commit the resources and put everything we can to let that let that pass. What do you want to make this deal happen?
So, Vic, having again, totally in agreement with your philosophy and the projects. The difference here is the anticipated projected success with FDA versus not, which is 100 million endpoint, right? FDA approval happens, you're 100 million richer.
FDA approval happens, we're 100 million
you're
richer.
100 million richer. FDA approval does not happen, you're 30 million richer. But it's not total 30 million because
20 million.
Yeah,
20 million the same way.
Exactly. Yeah.
So FDA approval,
right?
And then that 20 million, if it doesn't happen, I actually have to cut you a check for 20 million.
Right.
And you have the 20 million cash offer.
Correct.
Already
Correct.
you have $20 million cash offer already
Correct.
on the table.
Correct.
And but you want more. I mean, you want not just more money. You want this not to be a herbal supplement. This needs to be a drug. And if there's more money out there that you deserve and can get, you want it. We want it. That's why we're okay taking that gamble, right? So let's just talk numbers as far as what you need to make. I want the drug. I want the drug.
Perfect.
I have the resources. You
Perfect.
have that. We want to make you more money. I see that. I mean, if you want more prestige, more money, we can offer that.
So Vic, just these packages that were negotiated,
Yeah.
Mr. Massey was a part of this negotiation process, being my representative.
Yeah, he was.
Really? So you want the drug. I am committed to pursuing FDA approval because it's not just about money for me. FDA approval opens the market. It legitimizes the access of millions of people to a drug which is safe, which is effective, with minimal to no adverse effects, right? So that's where I'm coming from.
Sure.
So I'm putting on the table really none of these 5 options are an option meaningful for me.
Okay.
I would put on the table upfront 25 with 10% of royalty is what I would put.
Okay. And that 10% royalty, if it goes through, would be worth 20 million, right? And you want 25 million where Tums is Zums. I'm sorry, I keep on mixing that up. Zums is offering you 20 million, so you want 5 additional million for me, and you want 10% if this goes through. I'd say this: if you believe so strongly, right? So that's a total. You believe that this is going to get through FDA approval, right? I need to make. I actually don't. So in this particular in that setting, I'm going to actually lose if this doesn't go through.
And what if it goes through? Well, so
and if it goes through, I'm going to make about 65 million, and you're going to make about 45 million.
Yeah.
If it goes through, and if it doesn't go through, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose about 5 million on that deal. So that doesn't really balance for me. I want it, but at the same time, and I understand that you have the 20 million cash offer. I want to offer you more than that, even not just prestige wise, and not just making the drug regulatory wise. I want to make sure that you have option to get more money, more value for more value. What I'm willing to do is that if you think it's a 60% chance, what I'm willing to do, which I think really works well for both of us, is if you want, I will go ahead and spot the 10 million for the FDA cost, right? I'm going to go ahead with the FDA application. If it goes through, you can have 100%. You can have all 100 million, and that's it. So you give me the drug. That's worth what to you? If you really believe there's a 60% chance, if you really believe that, that's worth $60 million then, right? You got a 60% chance of approval, I'll give you the whole kit and caboodle, all 100 million, right? So you'll get the prestige. If it doesn't go through, then that's mine. Then I'm going to spend 10 million. I guess I make 30, so then I'll keep 20. I'll keep 20 million. So to me, that FDA thing is only worth about 10 million. About 10% chance at 100 million is worth about 10 million.
So
you
then
have
it's
a
almost like I could be buying a lottery out there. I could
no,
be
it's a good deal.
throwing, right?
That's a good deal for
So-
you. That's
so-
a good deal for you. Another way of doing it is if you want 20 million you want the 20 million that the Zums is offering you. I'll give you 20 million, and then I think if it goes through, I think 5 million, 5%. I mean, I like that option C. If you want to go up,
It's not. Option C is
Is
not.
that
Of
free?
all
Is,
the options on the table,
Yeah.
option B is giving me the max. But
option
that giving
B is not really giving
So-
you the max as you
so-
think it's 60%.
so hold
No, it
on.
really
no,
isn't.
right. But no, the point probability wise, right now, my perception is 60%. You land up giving me at the end of the day 15 million, right? It goes through.
Yeah, it's only
You
worth
give
10.
me 15 million.
It's only worth 10. It's only worth 10 to me if it goes. My thought going into it is that that's worth about 10 million because it's 10% chance at 100. I'll give you more. One, you got to get more than 20. So you agree? You got 20 from Zums.
So I'm right.
We want
so,
to make a deal, so we're going to make a deal. So you'll get your 20. Okay.
so there's no
Yeah.
point in if from
It's just how much more.
right. So the question really from my end is, Zums is giving me 20 already.
Mhm.
Probability of moving to that next step is what is enticing to me. But
Yes.
it's enticing with, you're projecting probability of success at a much lower rate,
That's right.
Then I
That's where we
am.
differ.
right? That's where we differ. And you're projected, so with probability of success being so low, the ante that you have put in against that success is not high enough. Whereas if I would say from my end, the probability of success is pretty high. And that's where I'm sort of coming
So
in
let's
to
start
say,
with
listen.
you started with 25 million. So let's
So
start. Let's go ahead and start. We can agree to start. If you want some upfront money, we can upfront
So
at
upfront
20.
anything
If you
more
want
than what
more-
Zums is giving me right now, right?
Well, I can give you the percentage one that I'm putting in the FDA approval, and if it goes through, we'll kick some extra money. And if it
But-
doesn't go through, it doesn't go
But
through.
Vic,
And then I'm making
provision-
less than Zums. I'm making
Right.
less than Zums. Then.
but that's not what's on the table, right?
Right.
So if we don't negotiate, there's nothing here. Whereas if both of us come together,
Yeah.
the pie in front of us is that 130 million profits for you.
The pie is
Eventually,
FDA approval 100 million.
so
If that happens, right? The
So-
20 million's at the.
but
you're
if we
getting
don't
20 million.
negotiate, it's not gonna happen.
If we
so
don't
the-
negotiate, so it's in both of our collective interests
Right.
to come to a number. I
Right.
agree. I agree
Right.
as well. And so I'm willing to give you 20 million, and then we have to figure out how to split that pie. That pie is at 100 million, which may or may not happen. Which we differ. We differ clearly
So-
on the probabilities around that.
Right.
So let's agree to that's fine. I'll match the Zums offer of 20 million, and now let's not leave unless we come to an agreement on how to split this FDA bonus. If you want to gamble, I'm totally agreeable. If you want to gamble, and it is a gamble, to your benefit and to my benefit, you can have all 100% with nothing up front. I think
20
that works.
million plus 100%.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
So listen,
20 million
so
plus.
I'm not.
We just differ on that.
I'm not on this table to gamble.
Okay.
I'm on this table to really say I have of 20 million already an option available, which
Yeah.
is in my hand.
Yeah.
So you got to give me something in hand more than what I have in my hand. And then the fact that you have even negotiated up till this point to pursue FDA means you see the promise,
I do.
right? So
Not
when you
doubting
see
that.
the promise, so then let's not sort
Although
of,
my promise is 10%.
well, that's okay, but the fact that you've put all this on the table means you do see the promise. So from my perspective, you have to upfront give me something better than what Zums is offering me already. And then comes that probability of success versus not. To my mind, or each one of these 10% royalty, you've got to say, all right, may even 22 million upfront and 10% royalty. But
The problem-
you cannot drop the upfront for me and hope that the royalty would be lucrative enough for me to latch in. Because really, unlike you, where you're here entirely for finance, my commitment to this drug is...
Please don't say that. I'm
No.
here because I want to change the world.
Well, no, my
Yeah,
commitment to
it's
this
not
drug
purely
is
for finance.
that if FDA stamp comes through, a whole world of market will open for this drug. So it's not just saying, this is not the amount of money. The 60%, 70% of the population has gastroesophageal reflux disease, adults. That's the market you're looking at, not just US.
I hear that, but Tums, again, there's just like
Zums.
No, but Tums
Oh yeah,
as a competitor.
but Tums is not approved. Remember that. Tums is just an over-the-counter agent. So the moment you get an FDA stamp, you've got a dam that opens up.
Got a drug, and that's so you're down to 22.10.
I'm saying give me something more upfront and give me a royalty. Balance it, because right now dropping my upfront and upping the royalty when your projected probability, my net worth is option B gives me the best of suboptimal options on the table right now for me. So if you match and go up beyond what Zones gives me.
All right. So how's
And go.
I'm gonna give you, well, in terms of going above what we have to go above what they give you. I'm not disagreeing with that, like I've said a few times before. But there's $100 million that's at risk that we disagree on the chances of getting that $100 million.
But say we get
to
it.
me, the pie as you describe it is $100 million here, because you have 20 million already, right? From another offer, the pie here is 100 million, and it's still me up fronting that money. So I will give you the same 20, okay, or then we can give you less of that fraction, if you want.
It doesn't work, Vic, this way. Giving me so the 100 million pie does not exist unless the step 1 happens.
That's right.
Right?
It does not exist.
It doesn't exist. So let's not even talk about the 100 million for a second. Let's talk about, forget about the FDA for a minute. Why would I even want to entertain somebody who's offering me the same with a probability of 90% chance it's not going to go the next step? So why are we even negotiating unless you tell me I give you $1 more than what Zums is giving you? Right? Because step 1 of the algorithm for me is really, are you offering me something more? And secondly,
I will.
But your prognosis is so poor, so dismal, that you're really not offering me that much, because from your end, it's a half-hearted effort, projection. So
I'm spending $10 million on
but
that.
But that's because you want to gain.
I want to give you that shot, and I want to give us that shot.
But you're not spending the 10 million for me. You're spending on the
For us.
promise, but not even for us, for you.
Well, it's for us.
Come on, Vic.
It's for us. It's always,
No.
it's the.
So
It'll be for you because we're going to link it. If we link it, it's for us.
Right.
It's just
So
even financially, it's clearly for us.
right.
And
So-
you're going to get your 20 million that they're offering you, and then we're in it together for that 100. And I'll go ahead. I'll give you just 25. You want 22 million and 10%. So this is option C, which is what I really like coming in, was 20 million and 5%.
Vic, at the
That,
end
that
of
puts you. That gives you your 20 million, plus it gives you 5% if it goes through.
about 5%, so it gives me 30 million at the end of the day.
No,
minus
10
my
million,
one,
actually.
20 million that I have gained.
Give you 30 million in the day.
Right?
You're right. Yeah.
Plus minus the 1 million I have to pay Mr. Massey.
Sure.
So
29
so
million.
29 million. Whereas
Rather
option
than 20 million.
option
from,
B right now is giving me 34 million.
Option B is giving
Yeah.
you 34 million. Yeah,
Right?
that's right.
So, but neither of these options really are.
If it hits.
If it
hits.
again, but to my mind, the
the-
probability of step
it's on.
1 has to happen for 2 to happen. But right now, none of these options, other than upfront 25 million, is lucrative enough for me to even consider option 2. And
Well,
option
your other
2,
option is just 20 million from some.
Absolutely. So
And that's it. It's done. There's no FDA. There's none of this. So
again,
we want to get you more. So the question is, how much more? That and that pie is 100 million, but then we disagree on the probability
Right.
of that hitting.
But Vic, just to be, and again, I'm tremendously privileged to be here at this discussion. But let's be clear, we're not going for FDA because you want to do me a favor. We're going because you believe that there is promise in the product.
I do.
So if that's the case, then we really have to say, the upfront negotiation step 1 has to happen. You got to give me something better than Zooms right now, because you are so dismal about the second step happening. So you could not entice me into FDA because from your end, it's a doom and
So
gloom.
I'm going up on package. So I'm going up to 21. We could do package B, which I don't think you want because.
Well, I don't want, because 15 million locked.
You want
So,
you just think there's more,
I do
even
believe.
more royalty more than we project is
Oh,
possibly out there.
absolutely,
So
I
you
do
like the
because
percentage link a little
Yeah.
more. We project royalty in a certain way.
yeah.
And option C gives you the 20 million that option C gives you the 20 million that
But that's same as zones right now,
yes, that's the same Zoom. So
right?
Zoom is
So
giving
you
you
gotta
that, so
give
I'm
me-
giving you that.
Right. No.
And then I'm giving you a percentage as well.
So again, I'm coming to the table saying,
I'm
There
giving you
is
a percentage
promise.
on top of that. Right?
so give me something more than what Zooms is giving me upfront, and then lock me into 10% probability because unlike you, I do believe 60% likelihood FDA will approve this agent.
Well, unlike me, exactly. So that's the
So, but that
I
pie
just-
will
I-
not be touched till step 1 happens. So if you feel that there is no prognosis in terms of even going to FDA, then this deal is closed.
well, there's obviously you're getting your 20 million now. You have a choice to make, and it's simple as this: you have a choice where you're going to get your 20 million. You're right. We walk away. I lose out too. I lose out. There's something I lose out on that as you call pie, that extra money that's out there. We think for both of us. But you have a situation now where you have one offer of 20 million. I'm going to give you that 20 million. That you're getting that cash also up front. That 20 million you're getting. If you want to make it 21, fine, 21. So you got an extra $1 million. We'll cover your Massey expense. Your lawyer, 5%, 21 million. So 21 million. So you're gonna get your 20 million. I'm gonna give your lawyer who didn't call in the $1 million, right?
Yeah, I guess
Not
it's
even
tied up.
calling in. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's tied up,
yeah,
right? Probably
yeah.
doing side job radiologist. But I'll give you the additional. I'll give you the 21 million, and that 5%. That's all pie for you. If it hits, an extra 10 million. Your Massey's not even taking. Your lawyer's not even taking any of that. That's all cash, all free for you if it hits. It's all free for you if it
It's
hits.
still,
And if the
But
drug
here's
blows
the
up,
thing,
I'm
here's the
taking
thing,
all
Vic.
that risk, and I'll
Vic,
give you
you're
that money.
giving me
So
21.
that's better than anything we've discussed so far.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's better.
It's not because you're giving me 21 million.
Yeah.
Plus you're going to give me 5% for Massey.
21 million. So I'm giving
Right.
you 21 million. I know 5% is going to Massey, so you're going to get 20 in your pocket.
So no, you just retracted yourself. You had started by saying 21 million plus Massey.
No, 21 million will
I hope
cover
this
your
is,
Massey
I hope
expense.
we are taped.
We are taped. In fact, 21 million. will
It
cover
doesn't
your
do
Massey
no. And then
expense.
you're saying 5%. It's not working for me.
That 1 million is 5%. So that's
No, but Vic, it's not working for me because cumulatively you are creating a bundle very close to option C.
it is option C.
Right?
It's not
It's
close
not
to option
working.
C. It is
No,
option C,
no,
except I'm covering your
you're
expense.
folding. But my expense is Massey, so it still is bringing me less than what option B is giving me, and option B is not an option for me. So we've got 5 minutes left, and
Yeah,
that's
5
where we
minutes
are
left.
really. Yeah.
So
So-
you have that choice. I hate to play hardball, but I have
Me
certain,
too.
and
Me
you
too.
too. But your choice is if you leave
Right.
here, you're going to
Yeah.
take 20 million. When I'm giving you the 20 million plus this FDA option plus extra money, you're leaving all that pie there extra out. You're leaving all that money out there.
Because Vic, I feel you are underplaying the promise of the drug, and I'd rather be in a negotiation where I feel both palms are open. Right now, I'm feeling your company is maximizing on the promise of an agent by giving me a lump sum, which is identical to what Zums is giving me. Zums is open with me at
That's
least to
right.
say, you know what,
We're giving you
this
that.
is
Sure.
supplement.
And I'm giving you that
Yeah.
too. We're giving you that
So-
same cash, and we're giving you everything else you want. Just a lower
So-
percentage because of all of our expenses and what we view this pie as.
Even if with
the
the
chances are
expenses,
different.
I'm sorry, we are at a dead end here. You got to give me something more than Zums and a little bit higher royalty because 5% is not going to do it for me. I can take the 20 million per Massey, but you got to give me 10% royalty or 7.5% royalty, even if I drop it. But no less than that.
20 million and 7.5%. Is that it? That's
With
7.
Massey, with Massey services included. So
20,
you will
20
million plus Massey.
20 million plus Massey, who is just only 5% of upfront.
Yeah.
20 million plus I'll pay Massey, and you want 7.5%.
Yep.
And that bonus, obviously, 7.5 is only if it hits. If it doesn't hit, then it doesn't hit.
Then it doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit.
time.
No time.
Thank you.
All right. So I mean, my take is that there are different ways of looking at it. I don't know. I sort of okay.
All right.
So what do we? You want to write the email? Or
Sure.
I can write the
You
email.
write that? Yeah.
I'll write the emails.
Any thoughts?
I'll see if I can forward
yeah.
that. Yeah, no, my thought was just that the pie is $100 million, right? So the most I would have gone to before walking away would have been 20 million, and then the pie's all theoretical. It's all theoretical. So if you don't count probability, your probability, my probability are very different. That's complicated.
But here's the thing, with the way I look at it, Vic, is
What do we agreed on? 20 plus 7.5.
20 plus
Massey
right,
plus 7.5.
Massey plus, yeah.
So
What-
21.
Point
Yeah.
was my take on this is the 100 million pie is a conditional pie. We can't even go there till we go step one.
That's fine.
And the step one is where give me something more than what Zums is giving, because the doom and gloom projection versus my personal projection, that's a conditional projection. So take me a little bit more than where I am already.
I would have taken,
Yeah.
if I was you, the 100% is really what I believe. I really believe 60% chance.
But you know what?
And then take a few million, take 5 million, or I thought you might negotiate that up, and you might negotiate the zero to offering you nothing plus 100%
Well,
of
that
the.
to me does not make sense. Even if
It
I have a
financially makes
60%
sense.
projection,
If you get more upfront,
Right.
it makes financial
but
sense.
even if I have 60%,
Because that's worth 60 million.
No, I get it.
And you're
but
losing
there's a
that right now.
40% chance it may not.
Yeah, but it's still
Right,
60
but if
million.
so
If it's really 60%, right? It's actually you turn down. That's a mistake. Turn that down. 'Cause right now, what I'm giving you is worth 21 plus 15. It's worth 21 plus 15. It's worth 36. You turn down really 60 million. You know,
I
that's
turned
worth 60
down a
million.
hypothetical probability of 60 million versus nothing.
If you really believe
versus
that.
nothing. But there's a
I mean, you can't.
you know,
that's a fear mentality, right? If you really
there's
believe
a
it.
far distance, between the cup and the lip here, that I believe. But there is so much more that has to go in beyond my belief. So that's why I'm notching it up to 60%.
So I think that 36 million is a good deal on mine. Is that what it ends up being?
Yeah.
I think 36 million is a good deal because it's, if you look at it totally split-wise, it's 20 plus, if that's really, let's say, 50% probability, that's worth 50. So then it's worth 70 million, right? If it's really split even. The case they give you is that it's 10% chance. So that's where I really just don't know. It gets really confusing to me how that balances out. But if the pie is 100, it's theoretical. And if it hits, it hits. And if not,
Well, if it's not, I'm a little bit better off than what Zons was giving me.
I know that's your perspective. I saw that. You made that very
Right.
clear. You wanted a little bit more, and then
Right.
a little bit extra, and we came up with some percentages.
Yeah.
Cause I got you a little lower, whatever. So it's 20, 21 plus 7.5.
So the way I look at it, we got
Everyone wins. It's just how you're splitting that
yes.
pie. How you're splitting the pie. The pie ends up meaning 1 million and 7.5% if it hits to you, and 15 million with 7.5%. That's what pie is valued to both of us now. That's what it's worth, and that's what I paid you for pie. That's what I paid you for your share of pie. And what is it really worth? Who knows?
Right.
So if you look at the 10% and 60% probabilities, I say it's worth 10 million, so it's worth 60 million. That means that's 70 million. That means pie is 35 million. And that's kind of where we fell, right?
Yeah.
Give or take, that's
Give
where
or
we
take.
fell. So that's probably where we. That's probably why we fell where we fell, and you
Right.
wanted a little bit more from the upfront. So I think that's generally
Right.
that's about fair, give or take a little bit. It's probably about fair.
So to me, right? No, you absolutely. So what you are giving me is a little bit, a smidge more than Zums, and the promise of FDA pursuing the
A
application.
smidge more
right?
than Zums and
and a step forward.
and a percentage. Yeah,
right, and
that's
if
it.
the step forward succeeds, then there's a percentage in there.
That's it.
So it's a lot of effort from your end with very little from my end.
Yeah, no, you're winning.
So
You're getting more.
So I'm getting a little bit more. That's my take.
And you say, of course, everyone wins here. And the
Yeah.
question is, did you win too much?
I
And
don't
did I
think I
lose too
did.
much?
No,
And I
I
think it's
don't.
somewhere in that middle
Yeah.
area. Somewhere in the middle area. So
Could
fine,
we have done
done.
this better?
Done,
I'm
done,
not
done.
sure. Thank you. So you'd be kind enough to share?
I will email that to the
Perfect,
TA.
perfect. Perfect.
I'm not sure about this recording. If it happens, I'll try
Right.
emailing you.
Okay.
The file is probably too big, but
to leave an email, right?
it's gonna need
Yeah,
to be
but
like
Vic,
posted to
I
drop.
don't believe if it was such a dark screen that it would be doing something till the end.